My name is Edith Kimani, and this special edition of News Desk, we begin with the latest on the Garissa University College attack that left 147 people dead and 79 injured. Bodies of those killed in the terror attack are being flown to Nairobi's Chiromo mortuary as those who survived the attack wait to be transported back home. Well, KTN's Ian Mafula has been following events in Garissa and now joins us live from there. Now, Ian, a very sad day in Garissa. I'm curious to know what's going on there now.
Thank you very much, Edith Kimani. We've just moved from yesterday. What we saw was a tense moments here. But today, the mood has actually changed to somber, just because most of what is happening today is that the police, the KDF and the Kenya Police Service are just trying to move the bodies from inside the school. They're also trying to clear the scene. So what we've just been experiencing here is just about 4 trucks belonging to the UNHCR transporting the bodies from the school. They are taking them to the airport where they shall be airlifted to Nairobi. And the picture you're seeing right in front of the school, that is the gate to the Garissa University School. And this is the first point where the first gunshots, 2 of them, were fired at the officers who were manning the gates at night. And this is the route through which the gunmen entered. Remember, this is also the very first time we are making our way to the to this scene. We were not able to come here yesterday. All we could hear were gunshots coming from within the school. If I can just describe the mood right now, so many people are outside this scene trying to get a glimpse of what is happening. They are looking, looking on to the gate, just waiting to see more and more bodies. And as they come, you can just see the women here. They are very sad. The young boys are also sad. Everyone is sad here, particularly, and you know, when the trucks pass, you can also kind of feel the smell coming from these trucks. Remember that these are bodies that have been there since the ambush started yesterday at 5 a.m. So at this point, they have begun decomposing. So these are just the kind of the things we're also seeing and feeling from this point. Earlier on in the morning, also, Interior Cabinet Secretary Joseph Nkaissery made his way into the scene for the first time since the ambush began, and from the pictures we had, we could hear him congratulating some of the officers who took part in this operation. He thanked them for a job well done, according to him. Now remember that yesterday in his brief he said that they were able to neutralize 4 of the terrorist suspects, 4 of the people behind this killing. Now another thing also, Edith, once Nkaissery visited the school, he went to the military barracks right at the Garissa town. And remember, once yesterday when the hostages were rescued, they were rushed. Those who were not in critical condition were rushed to the barracks for questioning, for statements, and also for counseling. But Nkaissery today visited alongside Jacob Kaimenyi. They visited the barracks and they managed to interact with the students. And the update we have for you right now is that the university remains closed until further notice. This is a notice from Jacob Kaimenyi. And as for Nkaissery, he said that the students shall be taken, the survivors rather, shall be taken to their various homes. The government has provided buses. Those going all the way to Kisumu, those going all the way to Mombasa have been given buses. Now we also have that on camera and on tape. So we'd like to listen in to what Interior Cabinet Secretary Joseph Nkaissery and also what his counterpart Jacob Kaimenyi had to say.
In an hour's time, and we have made arrangement that all the people moving or going to a particular route, if you're going Nakuru, Kericho, Kisumu, you will be put in one bus. And those who are going to Embu, Nyeri, Meru, Nanyuki, get into one bus. That the university have done that manifest. And that is those who are injured have been evacuated by air. We have also requested the university to make some arrangement for some facilitation for you to really to be able to get home. So this is the effort the government has put The operation has come to an end. Now we are mopping up. We are cleaning up the hostels.
Yet effect, I've advised the Senate in line with the Universities Act to close the university immediately. Secondly, I've also advised the University Senate to ensure that all the circumstances notwithstanding, your learning has to continue and they have to address that issue. Basically, that is the arrangements we have made. The other thing is, because of what I've said earlier about being traumatized, you definitely require some psychosocial support.
Well, Edith, that right there was Jacob Kaimenyi just telling the students that he understands that they indeed need some psychological counseling. You understand that these students have gone through a lot. Yesterday, gunmen stormed their school. They've seen some of their classmates being shot. They had to, they had to go through, they went through so much trauma, Edith. So that was an assurance by Jacob Kaimenyi, and he was assuring them that indeed they need counseling. Edith?
Now, Ian, could you please just expound on that point of psychosocial support? Because as far as I know, yesterday there was a desk by Red Cross, but has the government actually made plans given that these students are now heading back home?
Yes, in fact, at the barracks, Edith, there was a tent that had been set up. Remember that most of the students who were being taken from the school, the hostages, they were rushed to the barracks, and at this point is where they were able to interact with some of the people who were just analyzing and talking to them and giving them psychosocial support.
Now, Ian, we do understand that the bodies are at this point being flown to Nairobi, and you did describe a rather gory scene, but have we seen any parents or relatives of those who may have been affected streaming down to Garissa?
Well, so far we've not come across any parent, but the only thing we've experienced is that some of the parents and families know some of the people who are here, so they're trying to make calls. They're trying to make calls to the administration. They're also trying to make calls to the school administration, and some of us here. In fact, one of our camera persons has been trying to get in contact with a friend, with his cousin's friend, and so he's been trying to send us names and for us to see if we can be able to identify whether his cousin is alive or not. So that's the situation we're having, Edith.
Okay, now yesterday there were some directives which were issued, including a curfew, a dusk to dawn curfew. I'm really curious to know what the people in Garissa think about that.
Well, actually, on that note, my colleague Hussein Mohammed is on standby just to give us a preview and talk to some of the residents. And remember that majority of these residents, Edith, cannot speak English. So my colleague Hussein Mohammed will be able to help us to talk to them in Kiswahili and ask them what they feel generally about this situation, what they feel about how the government has handled this, and more so the curfew. Also remember that this curfew doesn't just affect Garissa County, it affects 3 others. We have Wajir, we have Mandera, and also Tana River counties, as from where the government said that it will be a curfew from dusk to dawn.